My page, yeah. Let's go to my page.
Yeah, let's go to your page. Let's change the home ground. Let's go to Atteridgeville. Now I see you.
You see me now?
Now we see you now.
You see this thing, just around, you know?
Vlad, aka Putin Jr., aka Mr. Tyler Mason himself. Welcome to Instagram Live Chat.
Now I can't hear you, but I see you.
Yeah, no. Welcome to our chat, man.
No, thank you very much. Am I clear though? That's what I want to know. Am I audible?
You are perfect. You are perfect.
Except when you're not audible.
No, as long as Lindy says you are perfect, you are perfect.
Okay, if Lindy says so, then it's fine. Then I will listen in.
First and foremost, Thulani, thank you for agreeing to chat with us. It means a lot to us as football fans. You've been the most requested person.
No, thank you very much. Thank you for having me, man. This is an honor to be on the chair. I don't know if it's a couch or it's a chair, but I'm somewhere.
No, somebody monopolized the couch, so we cannot use the couch.
Yellow pole. Yellow pole. Otherwise, I'm looking for a job at Super Sport. How is that?
Nazia. Thulani, you've been the most requested person to be on this live. Do you know why?
Tell me. I want to know.
It's because football fans love you, Thulani. Whether they're Chiefs, Parade, Sundowns, Super Sport, Vets, Amazulu, or Marispec, they all love you.
I know. I'm very honored to be appreciated by Abantu Basekhaya, especially Amazulu, the Golden Arrows, Marispec United, then everyone else, the Kaizer Chiefs, Ushile.
I mean, a lot of people don't know, Guti, you started working at Chiefs.
Yeah, I started working at, but there's a company called Jake Productions. It's a company that was owned by Jessica Mutaung and Ken Simmons. They did the marketing for Kaizer Chiefs. I was there. And I had fun. So basically, I went for Kaizer Chiefs and then I came to Sundowns. So I'm a real person. 2 clubs only.
You must be the luckiest man, yeah? To work for the 2 biggest brands in South Africa.
I'm very lucky, and I was saying to one guy the other day that working with Kaizer Chiefs, learning and seeing what they do and how they do to elevate their brand, then coming to Mamelodi Sundowns, working with a big brand like that, and seeing the giant being awakened. And then the only thing missing now is for me to work with Dr. Evan Khoza. Then I'm completely
at the PSL, no, at Pirates.
No, not at Pirates. No.
Oh, at the
maybe
PSL.
At PSL, you know. I don't know. You know, this thing is a long journey.
I see.
You know, you never know what happens. Never say never.
You have a love for kung fu movies. People don't know that. Kung fu. Kung fu.
Kung fu. Yeah, well, everyone my age loves kung fu. They love action movies. Yeah, I love Arnold Schwarzenegger. I think I love, you know what I love? I think I love the villains. I love Thanos. I love Khan. I'm not saying Vladimir is a villain, but I think I love the other side, you know? I need to activate it properly.
Now, let's talk about Vladimir. Where does the name come from? Because I've got files for days.
You know, for some reason, people look at me and they see the smile and they get confused. And they think that it's always nice, always gravy, you know? It can't be always nice, always gravy. I'm from Richmond, Endalane in KZN. If you know your history, then you know. So people must know I'm not that guy or some of a lesser fasting.
So I'm told that you came back from Russia 2018. You went straight to Home Affairs and you added the name Vladimir on your ID. Is it true?
Well, when I was in Russia, you know, people called me Vlad, you know, Vladimir Stukzin. Of course, because I think I did a bit of reading about Vladimir before I went to Russia. But, well, you see, Vlad is the king in Russia. So I can ask Kensani, ask Lompo, they'll tell you. I got to Russia and took care of Russia. Eh? I took care of it from the first day until the last day.
I hear that the streets of St. Petersburg were screaming your name.
Restaurants, the vodka museum. Hey, look, the nightlife, everything. I had fun in Russia, but I think for me it was also about culture, exploring culture of Russia, and it's a colorful country, and I love color. I love people. Wherever I go, you've seen before. Even when I go to either Rwanda or I go to Guinea-Bissau or Guinea-Conakry, wherever I go, I try and connect with the people. That's how you experience the culture of the particular country. The same with an organization. When I came to Sundowns, I wanted to connect with the fans. I wanted to connect with the supporters, the people that make the brand what it is. I went to Mamelodi to go and see what's happening there. I try to be involved as much as possible so I can learn and give an authentic experience to the brand.
But we'll come back to your Sundowns experience. Boiti Tulo.
No, it's fine. It's your interview. Let me let you do your interview. I don't want to control you. I don't want to touch you in your studio,
Thulani, Boiti Tulo. You appeared on Boiti Tulo's show and people were asking questions.
Yeah, people ask questions. They saw me also in Pub Health. They ask questions. So,
no, we'll come to,
so people can see me anywhere.
Welcome to Pub Health. But the Boiti Tulo one seems to be the most frequently asked question.
Well, look, I am a person who works with people. And I believe people are not machines, So I connected with Boiti through my brand, Tyler Masons. And we do work together. You've seen Boiti, at Huawei. You've seen Boiti all of a sudden in nice Puma stuff. You've seen Boiti. And I want to reveal the secret. Also, Boiti is doing some stuff with a certain Mamelodi Sundowns coach. You see, she's looking good right now. Can you see how good she looks? So
no comment.
That's what we do.
So Upizi, you're working behind the scenes.
I have to, and I think that's always been my my strength or my gift. That sometimes behind the scenes, the work that don't look glamorous, it's the work that's fulfilling for me because I want to serve people. I'm here to serve. Even at Tyler Masons, I'm here to serve the Tyler Masons. I don't want to be a celebrity at Tyler Masons, and I try and shy away from a lot of interviews. I have a lot of requests as well, but I want the work to speak for itself, and I want my clients to speak, the gospel and preach the gospel about Tyler Masons, as opposed to me going up and posting next to beautiful things and acting like I'm working. So I'd rather work and I'd rather have the success in silence and let my clients be happy. Because at the end of the day, in what I do, it's all about the customer service and what my clients, whether in football, whether entertainment, they're all happy, So, and I'm glad that you see through that, now I have a lot of people I'm working with. I work with Maporisa, DJ Maporisa and Gabza, which is, the
Mapiano Kings.
Music, and Boiti, who is the most followed person in South Africa. She's got 4.2 million right now. And then also I'm doing some lovely work with a couple of other, I don't want to name drop, Abumi, Nildamini, Jones,
No,
it's coming right. I can say that.
Okay, Thulani, I need to ask these two questions quickly so that we'll move Gahle Mina now. Are you the admin of the Peter Mosimane Twitter account?
Was I ever? You see, look, Coach Peter Mosimane is my friend. He's like family to me. Okay, and I will work with him, as long as we are close together. I'm not saying I run his Twitter page or his Instagram page, but I can tell you that where he is, I am there. Where he needs support, I am there. We developed a relationship at Sundowns, which became a brotherhood, And I always say this, that Coach Peter Mosimane connects with people. You see, when he came to Sundowns, I didn't. Well, I thought, ish, this guy, man, ish, just this guy. I've heard, stuff about him, and I know what he's a little bit crazy like me. I wonder if we ever get along. It was a few rocky months or weeks with him because I have my own opinions. He does have his own strong opinions. But as time went on, we found each other and we became very close, to a point whereby when my mom passed away, he's the only one from Sundowns who came to my family to pay respect. Him and his lovely wife. And when you touch a man in that way, you've won the man. And so my mom passed away on the 1st of January, a few years back.
Condolences.
And Mamelodi Sundowns had a game on the 9th against Kaizer Chiefs. But the coach, being the coach and preparing for a big match like that, he came. He surprised me. He came to my family and paid respect. And I can say to you, he was the only person from Sundowns who came to pay respect at home.
Wow. Yeah. At Tyler Masons, who are your clients at the moment? I know that. I mean, you might have a 72 pages list, but I just no.
Well, it's not that long, but I've got personalities that I work with. I'm on the verge of finalizing a deal with someone, also a very beautiful lady by the name of Thuli. I won't say which Thuli. There's a lot of Thulis in this world, But then in football, where I'm strong, where I'm most strong, and where I'm a football person, I've got Trompo Kekana, who was my first client. And I've got Felix Noche, my second client, who is a DDR, top left, also plays in the midfield. I've got Penki Zulu from Black Leopards, and left back again, I've got Keleto, who is at Mamelodi Sundowns. There's Ebert Mabaso, a very close friend of mine, who is at Orlando Pirates, Yeah, so, well, in football, sometimes there's others that you have a stake in, but you can't really mention them because the feds are listening.
Okay. Obviously, Thulani, you have great influence in players' lives. It's not only about negotiating salaries and better endorsement deals. What are the things that you normally do in when you manage a player? What are the things that you go an extra mile for a player?
So let me start here. This is how it started. When you see, this interview is about me, not about Coach Peter, but it's difficult not to mention Coach Peter, because he has an influence in what I do right now. When he came to Sundowns, he brought me closer to the team, to the players, I know many of you would remember that sometimes when I started traveling with the team as a spokesperson, only when the coach arrived, Before that, I never traveled with the team for away games. I never traveled to the Champions League. I would do
so the players
in the morning.
The players were screaming there, and you'll be sitting at home like, okay.
I'm sitting at home here, and in the morning I was doing interviews there, and as if I was there. The coach fought for that space. Okay, so we became close. I realized that his work ethic needs support as well, and I thought I should match it. And he gave me a platform so that I could engage with the players in a way where, I could assist him off the field. There were players there, Surprise Muriri, Dennis Onyango, Kennedy Mwini, Thompo Kekana, Tabantet, all those guys, they also had an influence because I saw how they would help in bringing players up. When players come to the team, they make them feel at home. They want to know what's with them personally. When players come from the academy, I could see how Abu Surprise would play a role in making them feel comfortable in the first team. So I assumed that role of leadership, but obviously consulting with the senior members of the team about surprising them. And it became something I enjoyed, that I liked, to a point whereby I became the first person a player would call when they're in trouble, either with the law, in trouble, off the field. hey, when everything. So I became a bigger brother to the players, and I think I must thank all those players as well, even the younger ones, all the players who allowed me in their space and allowed me to assist them, with off the field stuff. Because remember, players must focus on the field. And it's up to us as well as administrators to assist them off the field, but form a relationship, make the space feel like a family environment, So that's how this whole thing started for me, where I said, okay, I've got a love for this thing, what I do. And so obviously, naturally, when I left Sundowns, I wouldn't go and sell tomatoes or drive trucks, because what I know is football. I think I'm stronger in football. And from there on, I assumed my position at Tyler Mason's management and became the main Tyler, and it's been going well so far.
Where does the name come from?
The name?
Yeah.
It's a very funny story. First of all, a Tyler is like a security guard. Is like a person that stands at the gate and makes sure that is a gatekeeper who makes sure that all the masons inside the mason's house are properly behaved. They don't burn the house down. So that's what a Tyler is. In Google it, there's a Tyler and but the name came from a certain it was a story on DSTV and Multi Choice called Billions. So in that story, there's a lady called Taylor Mason, not Tyler, Taylor Mason. She works for Axelrod, who's a billionaire. They an investment company. They deal with hedge funds, and all that. So Axelrod owns a company called XCAP. And when he hired this lady, she came and changed things around. She came and had a positive influence in how the business is run, with her energy. And when she left, she started her own, investment company, which was called, I think, Taylor Mason. So the fact was that when I was supposed to issue my first invoice for my first client, my company was called Grandstand Ops, which is Grandstand Operations. I played around with names in French, which was Tribune Est, which means all these things. But then I said, because I'm very impulsive, I move with what I feel. I said, my company is called Tyler Mason's Management. I didn't even check if the name existed or if the name was taken. I think I was very lucky that the name didn't exist. No one took the name. So my company became Mason's Management.
Wow. Interesting story to learn. Interesting.
The storyline of Tyler. If you follow the storyline of Tyler, you will know why it's Tyler Mason's.
Now we're paying attention, and I am going to research it further, because that's what I like to do, and I'll come back to you on that one. You pulled one of the most famous stunts in the world. Usain Bolt.
I pulled many stunts. Which one?
Usain Bolt one.
Oh, the Usain Bolt one. Oh, that was a bit of luck, and also and things aligning. So here's what happened. I think in the same year, Thierry Henry, who was a Puma athlete, came to the country with basketball. And we missed his Sundowns to get him to Sundowns and be with it, interact and do whatever. If you remember, he has a Chiefs and even gave his Putin jersey to Spirit Shabalala.
Yes.
And we were not that we thought that he should have come to Sundowns, but you can't expect him to come to Sundowns. You must go forward and you must push. So what happened was, when we heard that so there was a time when Puma arranged for Usain Bolt to have a Sundowns jersey and post with it wherever he was. And we shared that image. People thought, it's photoshopped, and some said, no, and they downplayed the whole situation. And I had this thing deep down to say, if he could come here, it would be nice for him to come to Sundowns. And I know he loves football. So he's an ambassador of GH Moon, which is a champagne brand. And I had a friend, Mandla Olumisa, who worked at Peanut Record, which, is a company that owns GH Moon. I was very close to him. He's the General Bantu Olumisa's son. So we were chatting the other day, and then, he said to me, no, he's coming to the country, and I said, but bring him to Sundowns. I tried to get him to come to Sundowns, and he was like, it's difficult because we are booking for him and all that. And then I was very happy when Puma caught wind of it and said, okay, let's do something. Now, they booked for him, this GH Moon, they booked him to go to Cape Town for the match. When he was done there, they also, now Puma got involved and got him to come to Joburg to come and do something with the young athletes in Rondeport. And we thought that it would be so nice if he could train with us. But the thing is, we had a game the day before, the night before. So I asked the coach, if you could assist and bring the team, they must train with him. It would be so nice. And that's how it happened. It materialized. But that's not the PR stunt. The PR stunt comes in now when a few months later, when he is home, and we catch wind of him announcing something on social media saying that football will never be the same again. Watch this space. I will announce which team I will play for. So now remember, he has trained with Man United or Kick the Ball, trained with Dortmund, and you can see the kind of football, and his love football is well documented. So now, and then I instructed the guys at the office, hey guys, we need to jump onto this. But unfortunately, people thought it's a bad idea because it would be like we are degrading Sundowns. We're saying that Usain, who doesn't know football, can come and play here. We're Mickey Mouse. I didn't get the buy from the people at the club at the time, So I said, anyway, I know what I'm doing. And I think if it works, it works. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. Then I'm dead. It's fine. So we posted, we shared his tweet. And then we posted that, but we didn't say that he's coming here for Sundowns. We said, watch this space at this time, football will never be the same again. And everyone assumed to us. You see, now, and this thing catches wind now. Now, I see the number of retweets, and I see other teams, Blackburn Rovers, posting about it. I see CNN talking about it. I'm like, okay, this is a big thing. Now, in the middle of that, Abantu are not happy, eh?
Yeah.
I'm not doing this embarrassing as
But before you continue, because I know that somebody at the office was saying you are embarrassing the team. Was he wearing rings or something like this? Don't answer. Okay, go back.
Let's put it this way. I never got the buy-in of everyone. I think the only person who understood what might be happening was Ugesh Singh. Because even when I had a bit of trouble, with the situation, he said, no, I understand what you're trying to do. I understand. But now, here's what happens. In one day, we reached 56 million people in one day with that start. And then we reached 878 million people globally. So now I'm on ESPN, I'm on BBC, I'm on stations I've never heard of in the Caribbean. I'm talking to people from Italy about this stunt. And I'm playing it cool. I don't want to say he's signing for Sundowns. I don't want to give it away that it's a pure stunt because I want it, to gain legs. So I played along, we played along, until he announced that, it was a charity game that he was playing. But the impact of that, because now if you look at how this panned out, when they are saying Usain Bolt is joining a team in South Africa, they are the team, they're saying, which team is this? This is Sundowns. Who is Sundowns? Oh, it's the team that won the Champions League. It's the team that won the league many times. So we're getting our profile out there. Whether people like it or not, it's okay. Okay, I'm happy with that. I'll go to my grave happy that I did that. But I saw Sundowns sharing the post or sharing that throwback of Usain Bolt. I said, okay, it was,
it was good after all.
all. I didn't embarrass us after all, you know. I know I jumped into things and said maybe we might bring Rihanna, but it's the nature of the game. Rihanna is human, you know. And if I can say that and it catches fire and we get the club out there, then good. That's what we do as PR people.
Thulani, that was genius.
Say hello.
That's a hello. Thulani, I've got two.
She says to me, "Why are you dressed in Sundowns things, or why are you saying us? I feel at Sundowns." Ask that question. And I tell her, you know, it's this is love, okay? This is love. You know, it's you don't just divorce someone and then you forget, you know.
You forget.
Whether
True.
loves or not.
But when I've got two boys, if you decide to Ganisa and my boys are available, we'll pay Lobola enough Lobola for her. Thulani, at Sundowns, most people fell in love with your work at Sundowns, and you brought a totally different style of PR. And what were the challenges of working at Sundowns?
You need a book for this. You know, I'm gonna touch on things and you know, because also, you know, we don't have 10 hours. I can go on. When I came to Sundowns as I got an opportunity to work for a big brand like Sundowns, and you know, I was very happy. But I came into a brand which is very traditional, you know. It's a Mamelodi team. And I came from a team, Kaizer Chiefs, of which people, for an example, but this guy is not even a Sundowns supporter. Why? Why must he work at Sundowns? You know, I had resistance. You know, and obviously I come into this environment. I've got people who tell me, "But you know, look, you won't last at this job because you are coming into a job which was there was someone who is a big, you know, person who had this job before you, and you know." But I gave it a chance. I said, you know what? I'm going to give it my best. I'm going to stay at the job as much as I can and improve as much as I can improve. I know that not everyone will love me at first sight. Not everyone, but I'm wrong with my work. I'm not going to get into politics as to who says what, who likes me, who doesn't like me, who doesn't like my small hands, because that's something that was called it's okay who loves my jacket or not, I don't care. I came there and I gave it a shot, gave it my best shot. And the first challenge was acceptance. To be accepted by the faithful Masandawana, of which, you know, there was a smooth transition, I think, because after that, you know, I started connecting with the supporters. Internally, you know, you come into an organization that has their own way of doing things, you know.
Laid back,
you know. So everyone does things their own way, but the best thing was that it was a blank canvas, you know. When I found the media department, nowhere. It was nowhere. So for me to try and build something was just entirely up to me, whether, you know, I go left or I go right or I go straight or I continue, you know. But I brought in what I had learned at Kaizer Chiefs. And remember that I also came from the 2010 LOC. I was the media officer for Ellis Park. So I came with all the experience that I've learned from FIFA and learned from Kaizer Chiefs, and what I've learned from other agencies. I mean, there was a company called Forever Marketing, which integrated Kaizer Chiefs. I've learned stuff from them. I've learned stuff from Sale. I've learned stuff from FCB Draft. Those are all companies that work with Kaizer Chiefs. So I'm coming in there, and you know, it's up to me. It's entirely up to me whether, you know, I improve it or I take it further down. So I had challenges, many challenges. There's a story that I must tell you, very funny story. So my first meeting, my first match at Loftus. So there's something called a pre-match meeting. You must attend that match. You must be there 3 hours before the match. So now I get to the match 4 hours before the match. I sit down there at the meeting venue. Luckily, I'm with Mambush, Daniel Mutau.
Mm.
You know,
Mm.
we sit there, and then the meeting starts at 3 hours before. I'm there, and people are there, from the club. 2, 3 people are there from the club. The Alex
Mm.
Shakwane is there, Water Kutumela is there, Belinda is there, yeah, and myself, obviously, because the PSL manual subscribes, it tells you that you have the media officer must be there, and he must prepare the documents and everything. Now, after the meeting, Kent Makanya was still there, the GM at the time, in his first spell. He says to me, I hear you're not at the meeting. Hey, man. So I'm like, hey, this is something strange to me. So anyway, I don't pay attention to it because I'm like, well, I was there. I co-chaired the meeting with the match commissioner. Now on Monday, at the management meeting, this comes up again that you were either not there or you were late. Wow. But Kenneth is, one thing, as much as he's not a people's person, something else. He's militant, whatever he is, but he's at least is honest, because he says in the meeting, these 2 gentlemen said that you're not at the meeting.
Oh.
And they told the president that you're not at the meeting. Oh. I look at like, Mr. James. Mambo says, that was not before you were at the meeting. This guy was sitting with the meeting. You found us there at the meeting. What is the problem? So now I realize, I'm against it here. I'm really up against. I'm swimming upstream. So I have to buckle up. I have to buckle up and not look at all those things and say, what am I here to do? I'm here to work. I got challenges. When I got there, media were not eating. Media didn't have food.
I know that. I know that. Thulani, I know there's Umaskepe, Pravelile, Mazola. They all praise you for the food.
Well, you see, it's not even about the food. It's about the experience. Now, I got so embarrassed when I got there. John T. Mark and Billy Cooper came to the media center with this kaftina, man. So, so I'm like, why? But there's no food here, And can you imagine that? Oh yeah, there you go. My daughter took the light. Why? So now, can you imagine? Now, these gentlemen are coming to the game in this kaftin, and I'm like, no, something must change. So I went to the office and said, can we please make sure that media eats at least? They eat even at smaller teams. We go to Free State, they're eating, they've got food to eat. These guys are coming from a game probably somewhere, because at the time we played night games. Can you cater for them? I fought for that. But before I fought for that, those who know will tell you that I used to buy food with my own money for the media, because I understood that we need the coverage of our games. Don't be surprised on Sunday when you don't see your match report in the paper. You know why? Because people didn't come there. They rather do the match on TV than come to you and be hungry, be stuck in traffic, and all these things, and then try and run out and buy papa and nyama outside, which is very unprofessional. So at some stage, we got to understand that the whole experience, the Sundowns experience, starts, from traffic to the gate, to the stadium, to the match experience, to after the match, to how you run your press conferences. And, I'm happy now that people get catered for at the stadium.
Is it true that Maskepe used to camp there for me for whenever it's media day, because he knows that food is coming?
No, you know what?
He had a lot of questions.
Not a bad boy. But look, running a club it's not for everyone. Running a club is not for everyone. It's not, you can't take a guy from Pick and Pay to come and run a football club. This is a serious industry. It's a serious business. Just like you can't take someone from football and make them run a filling station. This is, it's, we must respect football a little bit more and take it more serious and give it to the people that can run it properly, So there was challenges, my friend. There was,
Serious challenges.
Getting kids to wear Sundowns branded. It took me about 2 or 3 or maybe 2 years. You know, thanks to Peter again. I mean, for me to get kids. Can you imagine? You know, I
For
see
you.
Troopers wearing kids there on the first day. I said, "Hey, bravo!" You know, I fought for that. You know,
But Thulani, wait. You only followed 132 people on Twitter, and you ended there. Until today, Sundowns fans are complaining that the admin is not following them back. Why you didn't follow people when you were still admin?
now let me tell you. You see, with at Sundowns, even though I was in charge of communications, there was a company that does social media at Sundowns, right? And yes, we have influence to say who should be followed, you know. And sometimes it took a little bit longer to get things done because it's from this person to that person to that person, you know. I had recommendations that I had for the club, of which at that time, you know, it never happened. But I'm happy to see now that I've left after I've cried and said, can I please have someone to work with me in case I fall sick, you know, can I please have this little thing there, you know, pay for that so we can have proper communication structures, have a graphics person there. Now I'm happy now. Remember when I came to Sundowns, it was myself. I found Brian Banoy in marketing. I found Mposi Opa in branding. There was Dennis Madondo who was marketing events, you know. Came to Adahomo, Prajo Adahomo, legendary, in communications. And when I got them, I think I was like the sixth or fifth person. And we then got KB to become the spokesperson. So there was about 7 of us at the time. Now these people all left, one by one. Now suddenly one. Okay? No one was replaced. Okay? But also because I would just say, okay, so left, I'll do it until you get someone. No one was replaced. And I cried and cried until I left. I was alone in that department. I was handling the marketing, I was handling the PR, I was a spokesperson, we had events, you know, we had all these things. We did the foundation, I'm not complaining though, because through that, then I learned to, you know, do many things and multitask, you know. But now I see there's, I think there's Kylie, a lady called Kylie.
Yeah.
From La Liga.
We can't be losing you, Thulani, now. We can't be losing you, Thulani. We can't be losing you. We still have a lot to talk about. We can't be losing Thulani now. Thulani, we can't be losing you. We can't be losing Thulani, gents. We can't be losing. Thulani, are you there? Oh, my Lord. Thulani, can you hear me? I don't know what is happening, but I know it was bad.
You see now that you came back, you are glowing, and the voice is now clear. You know, maybe you had to go, but let's continue on that on that subject. Now, you see, you can't be competing with Kaizer Chiefs with a beer. So you can't buy champagne with beer budget.
Yeah, true.
At Kaizer Chiefs at that time, if I could count marketing, branding, communications, and count them together and say there was Jessica Mutaung, there was Tracy, there was Gemiso, there was Tato Matuka at that time, there was Sibai, there was Vina, obviously the spokesperson, there was Ernst Land here, there was Toby Ginsberg, there was Mandla, who did social media, and there was Jennifer, marketing assistant, there was Dara Carroll, who was brand manager. I've not even counted everyone, but I'm over 10 people. Now, you can't compete the Kaizer Chiefs with one person when there are 10 people. Uze uhlula ngisho naye kept on seat where they've got people doing video, people, social media, they also had people in marketing. You can't. You're a big club. You can't. But to someone who doesn't know, no one would have seen that we were 10 men short, I was winging it. No one would have seen, I invested my life, I put my life for Sundowns. I was there in the morning with people from the office. When they leave, when the team leaves after training, I'm here with the office. When the office closes, I'm driving to interviews with players. Sometimes I'm going to SABC. After SABC, I'm going to SuperSport. SuperSport, I stay, and then until I do it with Soccer Africa, I get home at 12 o'clock every day. If there's a call that comes in from a soccer player who says they're in trouble with something, at 2 a.m., I kid you not, I'm there. I'm the first one there. I forgot about life. I forgot about funerals and weddings. I never attended those, I attended Sundowns. Sundowns was my life. That's what I did, which is why it becomes a little bit difficult, to distance myself or to detach myself from Sundowns, because I saw that brand from where it was to where I left it, and I really invested my life, in that brand. So I don't care who says what, it's just one of those things, Even when I left, I was not happy with leaving. I was like, it's like just giving your child for adoption, and just saying, okay, go and see what you do, So, yeah, I know.
Thulani, from where I am and from where a lot of people were, we couldn't tell that. I mean, you were working alone, running that department, and it breaks my heart to hear you saying what you are saying now. It breaks my heart to hear you say that you cannot buy champagne with a beer budget. It breaks my heart to learn that even though the owner of Sundowns is a billionaire, but Sundowns administratively is dysfunctional. It breaks my heart to learn that.
Do you know that it's not really the president of the club wants to support things, and the thing is, people that he trusts to get the things done, sometimes will say what they need to say. Now here's the thing. I don't want to be friends with you. I want us to do the job together and get it over the line, And if, I don't have to shine. There are things that I did, for the club that I did not even, claim them. But Joe at home used to say to me, Thulani, if the tree falls in the middle of the forest and no one claims it, it never fell. Because he said, you did this, so claim this. Say it, say you did it, But for me, it was more than that. It was not me, coming now in the morning and saying, yeah, I fetched this player from the police station, or yeah, I drove to this player's house at night to go and sort out an issue. It was not about that. It was about, Sundowns became me. I became Sundowns. I wanted to see Sundowns people do well. If there's a fight, I'm there. Even if they say it's a fist fight, if it's Sundowns fist fight, I'm throwing the first punch. You understand what I'm saying? If there's peace to be made, I'll ask questions later. But the first thing is to defend Sundowns, protect Sundowns, promote Sundowns, and defend the brand that that pays me. But now, just to be correct with what I was saying about support. Support was there from technical team. Support was there. The technical team gave me support. Colleagues, some colleagues also gave me support. Apart from those who had their own issues, so they gave me support, and I appreciated that. About Daisy and about Angela, about Belinda, about Yukesh, they would give support where support is due. But now here's the thing: when you sell an idea or sell a plan to the board, you must get the buy-in of everyone. Get the buy-in of the finance people, get the buy-in of the GM, get the buy-in of your immediate colleagues. If you can't get that support, then it means what you are saying it's not there. I mean, I remember at one stage, this is a family meeting, with Sundowns people. I know there are people who are not Sundowns who are listening to our things. Maybe I think people must invite me to come to a supporters meeting. Because ezinye izinto, sezisho nabantu basibheke basihleke. We don't want that. No. This is a family meeting, but I'll just touch on the surface. Kaizer Chiefs has a press conference for their match against us. We go to the press conference at Holland, right? They have the second one at some medical company. We are there to support it. Yeah, but then now let's do ours. Let's go to Hyundai. No, we can't go to Hyundai. Why? No, why? Why go to Hyundai? What are you trying to do with Hyundai? How? So anyway, I don't want us to make this interview about the bad stuff about Sundowns, because I had fun. I had the time of my life at Sundowns. It should be about that. Let's celebrate that. But the family issues that need to be sorted out, I am willing. I'm waiting. Call me to those meetings. Call me to a supporters meeting, and I will tell you straight.
They must call you.
If not, I know there's this big meeting in the Mbizi. I am there. Call me. I am there. And now it's not command. Then I can shoot from because it's a competition, So I think also one of the biggest things for me at Sundowns, which was a problem, was that I don't mince my words if I know I'm right. If I believe in something solid.
When was Richmond?
Lalela uthi yami. Asimsabu
umuntu.
So if I say my problems with Sundowns started when I took on Amanda Mathi from finance and said, you are not doing the right things, you're embarrassing us when I manage. And I told her, and I wrote a grievance letter. And then from there on, it was downhill, because now I've taken on the powers that be, and
then you got suspended around February.
It's just, and for what, by the way? And it's sabotage from one way, and Coach Peter was my witness at my disciplinary hearing. Now, can you believe that? Yukesh Singh, the GM, was my witness. Amanda's witness was one only. Okay. Now, my head is getting hot. I don't want to talk about it anymore. Let's talk about other things. There's a reason why you've never seen me talk bad about Sundowns in the papers and say, oh, they did that. I kept quiet. You know why I kept quiet? Because if I am, as a young man, I start talking bad about Sundowns, then they won't hire another young man. They'll say we are hotheads. I'm closing an opportunity for a person like Vusi, a person like a Lutando, a person like a Tami Kuzwa from PSL, for a Thulani, to a Lag September, to a Tato, to Katini from Amazon. I'm closing chances for them to work in football, because which are the young ones are hotheads. When they're not happy, they go to the media, they jump. I don't do that. I can't do that. I can't do that.
Thulani, let's call this one the first half. Let me end this live. Let's do a second half, because we've got a lot of stuff that we need to talk about. But I'm going to respect your time in the second half, okay? I promise you. Let's end this one.
I am here. I'm unemployed. I'm employed by a small company called Tyler Mason. So no, but you know what? Look, again, with the supporters, there's a guy called Unkabi. You know Unkabi?
Unkabi, yeah.
You know Unkabi was a witness at my hearing.
So many witnesses.
Can you imagine? But we can't find each other still. Then it was not meant to be. And besides, I know what happened. Yeah? And those who are honest know what happened. You understand? And we're being honest. No hard feelings. We can't sit here as grown-ups and say, oh, I'm still... Look, I've got a situation whereby sometimes I come to a game, I'm a supporter now. I don't know. But people are getting touched, are getting feelings, their feelings hurt, You've
got clients as well there. So
yes, and also look, I'm going to support the team. I love the team. Even if it means I'm going with DJ Names, we're sitting in the stands because we don't want situation Let's go to the stands and watch football and you know, and enjoy football. Not now, but I'm there. There's a hidden agenda, which why I'm there again. You know, no, those things for Parliament. So let's focus on other things, you know, and let's support each other. And I'm here to support the club. That's it. I'm not changing. I'm jiggy.
Half time. People. No, you have time, man. I'm going to end this live, Thulani, and I'm going to start another one. Please join in so that yeah, now. I'm going to end it now and then siyabuya futhi.
I hope man ubonakale kahle futhi ungaphindi futhi you know, I'm here.
Kuleka. Unewa mlephe siyamvala man. Siyamvala unewa.
Okay.
Welcome back, guys, for the second half. I noted most of your questions, and I'm going to ask Thulani. I hope he responds. He has promised us his time, and we are going to enjoy his company as well. And I hope you all do. All right, Vlad is here. Vlad is here.
Don't tell me again.
Agikbon.
I've seen the phone. Mfethu, into zamachine. Tinte will find face. Hold on. I'll do it again.
All right.
No, I'll wait for you to do it again.
We're back for the second half. Tomorrow we have another guest. Let's see. Tomorrow we have another guest, and I hope you guys tune in as well. And also, Maskepe is also coming up.
Yeah, why not play the foot?
Still some nyam.
And then you shama filter fit. You born there would touch the filter. You know, I'm doing that in Fagama filter, pindeng wa keep, you know.
Awushintsha camera yakho uyibhekisele uphinde uyibhekisele futhi.
Ngiyakwenza lokho bro. Ngiyakwenza. Phela mina ngihlala kwesama F-boy eMidrand.
Nayo.
If bowazi ayikho yazi. Ngayidayisa kudala.
Ngiyaluza udimo lase Midrand ukuthi hayi no ama furniture nzwani nawo. Nazo uvela alien man.
Thank you.
Yeah, Thulani. Let's go to Loftus. Sundowns versus Esangweni. What was the story? I posted it intentionally so that uzokhumbula ukuthi what happened on that day.
Well, you see,
we only got a video footage through the vlog, and the vlog boys, I mean, they narrated the story, but we want to hear it from Thulani's perspective. What happened?
Okay, look, here's what happens. When you go to Orlando Stadium, you can't do as you please, all right? You must do the right thing. You must come at the right door. At the door, they say come in, and you must behave yourself. You can't just jump onto the pitch. You can't just walk onto the wrong side of the tunnel. You can't walk on the wrong side of the bench. Do the right things, okay? We are not, Sundowns at that time are no different. Upito also wants us to, you know, to have respect for other clubs, but also be respected, you know. But if we're all honest, I think those were mind games also from Pirates, to be honest with you, because they know that you can't just come and park your bus inside at Loftus at the main gate, because we park outside, and then if Tina as the home team we say it's us, we'll do that. And you use the main door. Why not back door? They want to go to the back door, you know, and you know, and Thulani, he was here at Sundowns. He understands this. Why is this happening now? You know, we were very upset about that. We were very upset, to be honest with you. It was not, you know, stuff that, you know, we were very upset. I was upset too, and I was upset that we not seem to appreciate, you know, the rules, observe the rules of the home team, you know. But it was okay. It was, you know, in the heat of the moment, and the game continued, you know. But you know, we don't do such stuff at Sundowns. We don't go through back doors. We don't. We don't do such stuff. We don't. And look, man, sometimes the football game is very serious. It's more serious than that. And you find that Abantu, you know, they'll play the mind game to the T, you know. Within the continent, when we play Champions League, where you're not allowed to train, you know, TV Mazembe closes the gate, or, you know, it's mind games. It's what happens. And I think having two giants, you know, the biggest continental giants, Pirates and Sundowns at that time, you know, who have played Champions League, you know, recently, play together, you must expect such. That is why you saw the coach losing his mind even at Lucas Moripe against Wydad, because let's show some respect and let's reciprocate. You do, I do. You understand? Show authority that we are also a serious team. You can't just come and do as you please, you know? So it was that, you know, it was that. But I don't think I would have done anything differently, you know? Yeah, no, I wouldn't have done anything differently, no. And it was just a very heated game. You know, you become part of the game, part of the occasion so much that even during the game there was a little bit of tussles there, you know, in the tunnel, next to the field. You know, so it happens. It happens. It's passion.
You would expect it from Pirates, of course, because they were I mean, at Loftus a season before they got 6.
Yeah.
So if behavior, I would say, I mean, it was expected. I mean,
about 26 foot, you know.
Can't come to look at it, so we must fight.
No, but also I think people also misunderstood Sundowns, like they did with me. They misunderstood my smile, and they thought Gutipar, you know. Exactly. Also, I mean, you know, it's okay. I mean, and I keep saying it again. I mean, you can't think I'm from Richmond and then you know. I mean, really, you know, this is my smile choice. I choose to be happy. The choice. You go to know, really. Come on. So even other teams citing advantage. I remember in SuperSport now when they try to do the same thing, even if it's, and you know, they try to come into the back door and do their own things. No, man, respect. Ufike for the fridge. Yeah. Ufuna amanzi, cela amanzi, sikuthela amanzi. If sithi kuwe ngena today ngena kanje, it doesn't change, you know. So we had to also stamp our authority and show that we're a big club, a serious club, you know.
When was the time when you realized, you know, at Sundowns, enough is enough?
No, you look, man. I never wanted to leave Sundowns. No, never wanted to leave Sundowns. But also it was just painful. I was going through a lot as well. I can't, you know, freeze my life, you know, and be inactive and do nothing, you know. And at the same time, even though when I was suspended, I was still helping Sundowns. I didn't have to tell them either. You want something, you call me, media guy, I help you, you know. And because also it was, I mean, you know, and I just lost my brother.
Shame.
I lost my brother on the day of Tapelo Morena's father's funeral. So I'm close to Tapelo Morena. So you see, so Tapelo's family called me, not anybody else at Sundowns. When Tapelo Morena's father was sick, I was at the hospital. When Tapelo Morena's father passed away, I was there. I was called. I called Sundowns, not because I work for Sundowns, but because I'm close to the boy, and I'm close to the family. And the same thing with Pacey. When Pacey's brother passed away, I was there every day. You know that every day. I drove from here to Mpumalanga every day. No one did anything. So and we gave support. And then when Tapelo Morena's father passes away, I expect the same support. And if I feel emotional about it, and I say it at the meeting on Monday, that I don't think we're giving enough support as people who work here at Sundowns to Tapelo, and we're expecting to be strong. Come on, I fought for that, and I got emotional. I got very emotional about it. That's where it started. That's when I was suspended. But I went to. But then I also went to Tapelo, but I knew why, because now I remember I touched finance people in their studio, and now they're not gonna like me. It's fine, it's okay, man. And if that's the thing, if people found an opportunity, they would say, some tall, mistake, emotional, some then it's okay, man. Then it was not meant to be, So I went to Tapelo Morena's father's funeral. I was with Tim Sugazi and Epomanyisa and the guys who are mostly from Krugersdorp. And I got the news when we came. I was with Kensan. I got the news that my brother passed away. And I was losing a second person in my family, where I was very busy and never had time to go and see them in hospital or do whatever, because I was busy with Sundowns. And but the thing is, God's timing is never perfect, but it is always perfect. It's never a mistake. It's always perfect. You can't say, but I'm dealing with this with the it's New Year's Day, people are celebrating, my mother is passing away. It's perfect timing. It is timing. It's God's timing. And when my brother passes away, I'm going through stuff at Sundown. My brother passes away, and I'm fighting for Tapelo Morena at the same time. If people from the club, those who sent me condolences and said condolences, thanks, for those who didn't, it's okay. No one came to the funeral from Sundowns. No one came from supporters either. No one came. I go to everyone's funeral. I want to be Sundowns. I was very emotional. I remember at the funeral. They call all the Abantwana to come up. I come up, I go up there, but I know deep down Sundowns didn't send a letter. They didn't even, so as they're reading.
Not even Imali source.
No. But it's okay though. But maybe that's how serious people took me, So because you must never look at people, how they treat you, and then you say, I deserve better. Who are you? If I did it for you, doesn't mean you must do it for me. That's how I see you. That's not how you see me. Understand? So I'm up there, and I'm stressed with Sundowns didn't send the letter, but I'm saying deep down maybe they, but who, how, who did they send it to? Then they read the letters, and Sundowns is not there. And I remember I was fighting with my uncles. I was saying to them, the funeral must be on this day because I'm thinking of my own things, my Sundowns, and they were the WhatsApp group. So they stopped talking to the WhatsApp group, and I'm like, hey, I'm a control freak now. What's happening? Can't they form the other WhatsApp group, So my uncle told me after the funeral, I said, look, man, training is Sundowns it's not always about you, you know. And you see now, abantu bakho didn't even send a letter or anything. You were there, up there, looking like a lost chicken, and contributing, you know. So I know my place. I knew my place with the family as well, and all those things contributed to me saying, you know. And it mustn't be in a bad way. Also, the season is starting, and media is still calling me for interviews or for help, and I can't, because now I'm helping something, and then some people are using that. They're saying, yeah, we heard you're talking to media, but I'm helping Sundowns. You're talking to media, they use that against me. You know, yo, teaser. You know, let me just, you know, stay away. Maybe it's the right time. Maybe it is the right time, you know. But you know, the good thing about life is that that Amanda now is no longer at Sundowns. I wish to see her and say hi to her, you know, and say hi, you know, and see if she still feels the same way that she felt about me, you know. You know, and some of them, I will see them when they no longer have the brand, because I can't fight the brand. I love the brand. So I'll see them and say hi to her. I'll greet them. You know, I don't have hard feelings with Sundowns. I don't. I really don't. But I just thought, you know what, maybe it's about time, man. You know, I can't feel like this. I can't feel like this. I made Sundowns feel good about themselves, and everyone else around us must feel good. I make the players feel good. I make the media feel good, and you know, I'm that guy. So if it doesn't feel good anymore, then you know, nah.
If the president were to pick up the call and say, "Thulani, come back," would you?
Look, it's his club. You must never say never. Thulani came back, you know. Thulani came back, but let us be honest. Well, I don't have a broken relationship with the board, with the family. We're still close. We talk, you know. People don't even know. We talk, you know, and we are good. You know, we are good. And people at Sundowns, I talk to them. Even those who were doing nonsense behind my back, I talk to them. I've moved it, you know. I'm okay with them. It's right, you know, because again, investing hate and energy is such a job. I don't have that. I can't do that, you know. And not everyone will love you. I'll see my loan. So yeah. So if it is what it is, man. I learn and I live and I learn. You know, I live and I learn. You know your friends when you're stuck. You know your friends.
I'll take the answer where you said Thulani came back. So it means that you have opened the door. Say, hey, anything is possible. Now
anything is possible. Anything is possible. Yeah, anything is possible. Let's leave it at that. Anything is possible. I love the brand, and you know, I love the people as well. And I'm not people versus Sundowns. They think maybe I want my job back. That's why I'm busy helping people. No, it's not that. Have the job. Keep the job. It's your job. Understand? It's your time. Do your thing. Mina, for instance, I work for Chala Machines. You understand? I work for myself. You know, and it's not about football only. If someone says to me, "Oh, football," then it's okay. I've got my personalities that I do. I've got my clients about Huawei, my clients about Diego, about, you know, I've got friends that Simon Sech, I've got, you know, then that's it, you know. But people must not think that when I help or when I post wearing Sundowns things, like I want the job back, you know, you don't have to treat me so bad. You don't have to treat me so bad just because I used to work for you. And I understand why. You understand? You don't have to. You have to block my things because you think because I used to work here. It's a painful memory. You see that the departure. You see, Sundowns' best memory. The departure period is the worst memory because, you know, I felt like I stole something, you know, or you know, we'll talk about those things in the meeting, in the supporters meeting. You know,
supporters meeting.
Yeah, but also you see, if I do that at the meetings, it's just for closure. It's just for me to tell my side, not to the media, but to my people, to the supporters of the club. You understand? If they want to know, you know, not to the media. No, look, man, dirty linen, keep it in the house, keep it in the house. But also, you know, remember, even those who, I mean, there's a gentleman from Sundowns who went to City Press and gave them a story, a wrong story. No citizen, I mean. And I work with media. They told me, you know, now when I'm if you want, I'm ready.
Reliable source. Reliable source.
No, I'm ready. Like I am ready. Like I told you, I can do it too, you know. But yeah, exactly. But you know, now, man, you see, I don't take this time. This is a good time. Talk about good things.
Yeah, sure. So, Thulani, today, I mean, if not yesterday, you went hard on Markfish.
Yeah.
You know, Eloxini, I'm sure in every township there's a fish.
Yeah.
And you went hard on Markfish. Why? Why?
No, man. No, you see, I'm not
Oh.
Are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
You disappeared. You know, I was waiting for you.
No, I'm here.
Yeah. You see, I'm getting message from my lawyer. He's saying, calm down. He's saying they'll use it against you. I've heard that. No, but also, you see, that's why I'm saying this interview is about the love for what I do. It's about my time at Sundowns. I love Sundowns. I love my time in football. I can't act otherwise, you know. I can't. But anyway, I believe in togetherness, and I know what division does, and these small cracks, you know what it does to unity. I expected more from, you know, the big fish there, McFish, and because I mean, we used to call him Situ, you know, he's black inside, and we used to even argue that he's not even white, he's coloredish, you know, you know. And now when he says such stuff, it's disappointing. Man. Football is power to unite people, and he didn't use it wisely. And I understand that even now we're still doing the same thing. We're still saying all lives matter, but you know, he still believes that. That's sad. After all we've been through in football, after he worked for Orlando Pirates, Jomo Cosmos, and Safa, you know, it's disappointing because it doesn't mean that if you say Black Lives Matter, then white lives don't matter. They matter. But right now we are saying that Black Lives Matter, you know, and it's disappointing, man. You know, we use football, you know, to unite people. Mandela also said the same thing. And I remember my first event as Tyler Masons was to speak out against gender-based violence and Afrophobia. We had Coach Steve Kompela, we had Coach Peter Mosimane, we had Coach Wedson Nyerenda, Coach Kevin Johnson, we had Coach Zippo Tlangalala, we had Kalusha Bialwa, we had big people, even Mulifenseke was there. And we had our voice behind that because if football is a big industry. Football is you know, is everyone. Football is us, you know. It's a religion. And my second event was, you know, to raise awareness, you know, the days of alcohol, and we did that with Diageo. So I want people to unite, you know. I'd love that, people to do better. And if we can't do better, hey, I don't know. And let's be better people as well. So Mark, he's got his reasons, you know, and it's okay. Let him say what he wants to say. But it just shows us who's with us. You know, like I say that not everyone that takes the knee with you, you know, stands with you. And yeah, you know, yeah.
let me take you back a little bit. It's Sundowns. Yeah, you are at Sundowns, Thulani, big names that walking in, Teko Motise walks in. Was it difficult to deal with the media when you have such a big name?
No, man, I was never starstruck. Remember, I came from Jake Productions, where we worked with big names as well, Kaizer Chiefs. I was never ever starstruck. I think one thing that I learned from Kaizer Chiefs is that never be starstruck. And besides, you know, if you don't understand why you need media, then sorry, man. You know, shame on you, because after football, you need the media. You will work in media, or you will need the media. I've heard the stories and I've seen people. You know, so working with big names was, you know, for me it's an everyday thing. Everyday thing. You know, I've been around big people.
I've been and you handle big people very well.
I handled big people very well, you know. So I was fortunate enough that there was something. You said Kaizer Chiefs. There was something called the celebrity team, you know, where we had all these names before they even named some of them. Abo Bonang, Abo Chomi, Abo Kelly Kumalo, you know, with everyone who, you know, who we interacted with. So I've look, man, I think I'm you know, I'm good in this department.
I know that there was a lot of media backlash, especially against Sundowns during your time. You even went on radio to talk about players who refused to go on loan or to take their clearances, who will go on record to say that, no, I'd rather stay here and train with the reserve team and all those kind of things. Do you think that Sundowns is well represented in the media?
Look, this is you see, when I came to Sundowns, I understood that also the reason why media did not like us as much was because of us. It was, you know, just, you know, we didn't treat them well, you know. And I understood that some of the media guys, you know, would say, it's Sundowns, you know. People, because you mean, you don't tell your story. You don't come out with your own side of the story, and then you think people must just believe that what you're saying is true. No. This is a relationship, man. You must take media sometimes into your confidence. Treat them as people, you know, and you tell them the truth. You know, if it's the truth, tell them the truth. It's what you do. Don't hide behind, you know, fancy words. Don't be a spin doctor too much. Tell the truth, you know. And sometimes things didn't go well because media obviously still understood for us sometimes to be difficult, like we're being labeled. But we had to change that. We had to work, you know, we had to work with them for them to work with us, you know. And then we got the respect of the media when we started improving things, you know, when we started engaging them at a good level, you know, when we started being honest and transparent, when we started affording them opportunities to come and speak to our people, you know. And then you know, in the vacuum, there's always misinformation. So we had to, you know, bring them into our space so that they understand how things happen, you know, how things are done. And because before that that wasn't there, so sources were running wild at Sundowns. Sources from everywhere. One could say this, one could say, you control that space, control the media space, control the communications, what goes out, you know, and let it be one voice, you know. And also your colleagues must know what you're doing, so that now they know what to say. If, you know, they know that for this a question, this is the response, because it's one Sundowns, Thulani Sundowns, or it's heavy Sundowns. No, it's one Sundowns, so we speak the same language, and there is very important to have a structure, you know, around the media space.
Thulani, my last question before we do a penalty shootout. Right. Yeah. I'm sure you've received an invitation letter from Metro FM. Metro FM, they want to speak to the coach. And you know where I'm going. I'm sure you know.
Yeah, I know you're going with this. Yeah, I know. Okay, bring it.
Right. And as expected, I mean, as we always expect, the interview doesn't happen.
Mm.
In between the invitation and the coach, what happens?
No, man. Look, you must respect. You must respect people and their desires. You know, if a peseta would say he's not going to do an interview with Soccer Zone, you know, and he gives me his reasons, then I must respect his reasons because I need him tomorrow for an interview on Umhlabo NN, you know, or the City FM, you know. So you must respect that. So I understand people, I respect people, but you know, so but Oxalai Sundowns must be at Metro FM. Then you'll have Mangoba, and then you will have the players there, you know. You can only do so much, you know. You can't take people and force them to do things. You can't. And it's wrong. It would be very, very wrong. People must do what they're comfortable with so you can get the best out of them. Don't take Denis Onyango and put him as a strike. Hey, no. You know,
just because he looks like Hlompo Kekana and you play him as a 6.
No, don't. You know, no.
Now, Thulani, you spend your time with great people. Obviously at Sundowns, when you mention the name Hlompo Kekana, Sundowns fans, they go crazy because Hlompo Kekana is Sundowns. He is a great representation of Sundowns brand. What is it like to spend a day with such a man?
Look, Hlompo Kekana is very humble. He actually gives off. Yeah.
Before you respond to that, we have tried numerous times, and you know, we have tried numerous times.
You'll get him. You'll get him.
Thank you.
He agreed, actually.
He agreed.
Yeah, agreed. Yeah.
Okay.
So look. Hlompo is a very humble man. Hlompo is one person that I don't understand. Sometimes he understand. I would say to him, "Hey, Hlompo, what a goal in front of you?" And he says, it was luck, fit." You know, he says, look. I said, "Daughter, but how do you say that? How do you expect us to vote for your goal when you say it was a fluke? Take responsibility for it and you know, accept the pat on the back, you know." But he's very humble. He gives off far less than what he really is. He's a big man in his community, very big man, and people don't know that. And he lives a simple life, you know, and it's only inspirational, I think, for everyone else around him to know what kind of man he is and, you know, what he does. A lot can be said about, you know, even other players like about Denise and them. But Hlompo is quite special, man, very special. You know, it's a player that in South Africa, that a type of player that we will not have in a very long time, because you know, he's never called me at night to say I must come help him with something, you know.
Because he's sleeping at home.
You know, I know he wants to get some beauty sleep, you know. But look, he's balanced. He's a well balanced gentleman.
Very easy to manage, eh?
Very easy to work with, eh? Very, very easy to work with. Like, there are those players, man, you know, just those who are just a marvel to work with, you know. And it would be nice to see him, you know, coach. I've spoken to him before and said, you know, you must be a coach. He says, you know, but maybe one day he'll change. He'll become a coach. You'll never know, because he understands people also. That's what I like about him. You know, yeah, people like here. I see people about Lumbini. You know, these are people I grew up with. Some of them. Hey, this thing is serious.
These are your people. People are here for you, not for me.
Is it? Yeah, well, I hope they're here for Sundowns, because you know,
sizokhuluma zaseNatal late. Your best 11.
Sure. It's like saying to a father of 11 and saying, choose your best 3 players, the best 3 kids. Hey, because let's do this. Okay, my best Sundowns 11.
You can do your best Sundowns 11 or your best PSN 11. It's up to you.
Sure, Nkosi yami, ngabe ngitshela kuqala yazi khona abanye ngimele ngibafonele ngithi yazi bafo ngifanga because So,
No,
I would say
yeah.
in goals, Dennis Onyango.
Onyango, yes. I'm noting down as well, yeah?
Centre back, Oljona Bizela.
Information yakho ithini? 442, 352, what?
I like 4-4-2. It's simple.
Okay,
Simple.
442, all right.
Yeah, but you must be able to change with the opponent.
All right. You got OJ.
Hello, Refilwe Jane, Refilwe, hey, international, born. I'm telling you, eh? Bringing people. Hey, people are saying no care started base 11. So I said Dennis Onyango, Oljona Bizela.
Yeah.
This is tough because I'm gonna say, maybe people don't expect this, but I would say Derek Spencer with Oljona Bizela. Derek Spencer, yeah.
Yeah, the taxi owner, my God.
Yeah, lalela bakithi la yabo. Ngiyabona ngiyanifaka. Basically, left back. Hey, madoda, Ulangaman for now. Hey, Ulangaman is something else. Ulangaman, left back.
Langa, okay.
Yeah, and then right back, Itapelo Morena.
Okay.
And then there's my central defender, my central midfielders. Ushompo obviously is there.
Yeah. But before you continue, Thulani, I think our 10th episode, if I'm not mistaken, all of them they had Klompo.
They have to. You must have Klompo. You cannot have Klompo. I mean, really. What are you expecting?
Kubega. Someone says don't forget Sikotlong.
You know, I was gonna put Roger Fetumba, ne? But because Roger Fetumba, my family no Mambush, you know what I mean? So let me bring it a bit forward. I'll have another one, Fetumba and Mambush, you know.
Right.
And then I'd say I'd put Andile Charlie with Ugushompo.
Oh yes, Bagit.
Yeah. And you know, and then Pamwabo Mfaga Uspele Mkulise.
Okay. Umfana wase NUF.
Mfana wakithi lo bese ngifake
mfana wakithi lo
bese ngimfake nomshishi, you know.
Okay. Mshishi yashele.
And then striker. Ngifake uPercy Tau noKhama Billiard same time.
Yeah, Tau Khama. Who's coaching this team?
Coach Peter Musiman. Gaucho is there. Neil, Gaucho is there. Nakanjani? Ngamfaka uGaucho. Mfaka nesibunesiya futhi. Mfaka
You know mangibuka lephele ngaze ngikhumbula yiphi game? Cape Town City in Cape Town. Because Tau assist.
Lalela wena pa. You know? So I remember that game, you know. So best 11 ngifaka labo. And then ngifaka any, I mean, you can bring any team from any generation. I don't know.
Yeah, I know your team is strong, but I'm not gonna say ingahluleka bani ingahluleka bani because we've seen our team are strong.
You see, you see what I've done is as well is why I've put Coach Peter Lapane. I think maybe you know he could assist Lapana Mabizela, you know. I can't see right here one. So I'm pairing it right with the right people. You know what I'm saying? You know.
And you wanted to put Roger Fetumba, but because of his striker, you said, I know. Let me drop Roger just to say his name.
You know, and to kill and pay some fires. Alias could bring some fire nae, but you know, French as in Africa, you know, but the no kill and pella, I don't know keep a band game for kill and pella. Because kill and pella did amazing things, you know. Let's just say go to Kama Limele, you know. No. No. You're only confused. That's my team, and I'm sticking to it. Yeah.
How would you like to be remembered?
At Sundowns, I like to be remembered as someone who's in a change, who's with joy, you know, and you know, the mediator. I like to be known as a Tyler, you know, like I said, what Tyler is. you know, to the security guard who takes care of his people, takes care of his own. You know, if you put me in an organization and I don't feel like I've added value, then, you know, what's the use? So I'd like to be remembered as someone who contributed to Sundowns' good times, you know, not the bad times, you know, the good times, and someone that was close to everyone, you know, from Abo Mzegezege, Opa Frasi, you know, the ladies of the kitchen, Abo Aurelia, Abo Nosimpiwe, Abo Asmatidi, so, you know, Abo Teen. So, and I treated everyone the same, with the same respect. That's how I want to be remembered, because even with the media people, I treat you, whether you are from a community station or whether you are a maskepe from an ANN7, you know.
or whether we are
I treat you the same as anyone else. Get fine again, because Nami, I like to be treated with respect and to be treated the same as anyone else and given a chance. You know, I might not know now, Guti, because unfortunately at Sundowns you're not going to see me in the pictures lifting the trophies, because I'm behind the scenes, or I took the picture, or I'm behind the scenes. You know, my kids, if I tell them what I worked for Sundowns, you know, because probably I'll make one tonight, and then, you know, if I tell them that I worked, if I tell them that I went, was una manga when a man, manga, because I don't have pictures, you know, I don't take pictures, and I've realized even the pictures that I have on Facebook or wherever, it's people with me, you know. I don't take pictures. I don't know why. If I tell you I met Nelson Mandela, you won't believe me, because I don't have a picture. I met Bill Clinton, you believe me. I dare Bill Clinton. Not
they didn't ask for a picture.
They didn't ask for a picture, so I don't have the picture. You know, I was a student.
I saw General Bantu Olomisa ask for a picture.
You see what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You know. So when I say I know Mr. Mutsipa, I know Dr. Mutsipa was Tunamanga, you know what I mean? So I hope maybe not being famous and rich one day, you know, that people will come out with pictures, but you know what I mean? Yeah, you know.
If I don't ask you this question from Upitzer, I think Upitzer will kill me. What is the biggest player? What is the biggest player cover up and PR cleanup you had to do while you were at Sundowns?
I'm like a lawyer, you know. I'm like a doctor as well. You know, some of the things you don't talk about them. It's confidential. But I've done a lot of things. You see, I don't lie. You see, I bend the truth a little bit, you know, and then I put it straight. So I've a lot of cover-ups. And some of them, it's people, I think people will say, the players in their biographies, if they're honest, they'll say, Thulani took me out of serious trouble, you know. They will say that. But for me, there's plenty. There's plenty. There's plenty. I've dragged people out of nightclubs. I've done many things that I'm proud and not proud of, you know, but all in the name of love for the game and for people that I work with, you know.
Do you scout players at lower level, like your local leagues?
Yes, I do. I go there, and sometimes, because also remember, you must also consult with the right people, you know. I consult the right people, with the right scouts as well, you know, and talk to them and say, how do you see this? Because I might see things from an eye of being a supporter. And then I say, hey, I like that guy because he plays like Mshish, you know, I like him. But technically, when you look at him, somebody with a more technical acumen eye will say, Thulani, you see there's this missing, so there's a lot of work. So I also consult a lot with the relevant people. It's like, you know, the legal stuff. I consult with the legal people. I do contracts and then I mess them up, you know. So I have to consult the right people. Plumbing, same thing. I the plumbing. Bizabantu bayenzi, you know. So yeah. So but what I'm building the most, I'm building a connection, a network in the continent and also in Europe, where I can be able to send players and bring players from that side, But the biggest thing that I want to do is I want to send youngsters overseas so I can help Bafana. Yeah.
So we can expect Ukeletu to go overseas.
Definitely. 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 You can expect that. You can expect that. You can, it's difficult now when you are not a spokesperson anymore, because when you're not a spokesperson, because as a spokesperson, I'll give you another answer. But now I must give you an answer. I'm still transitioning into, being this person.
Someone was complaining here, Eti, you are sitting with the left back, NFD, and the Sundowns was looking for a left back for a very long time.
Felix Noche. I'm sitting with Felix Noche. What a player. What a player. And Ushama going from the center. Hey. And this is a good player.
So your son, that is a
now, I like people when you can do right as well. And I mean, if you're to ask me my best players, not best 11, my best players, it's the same player. I'll say Flompo, I'll say Andile, I'll say Fedumba, I'll say Alex Mapela, I'll say Tinashe Ngomashe, I'll say Stanley, I'll say, I'll count the same player because I like, Abokatu. So, I like, what I mean, you see, if they must communicate with, they're basically like a communication coordinator, because they're communicating with the defense, with the goalkeeper, to the striker, so so I like the position. So
number 6,
I would count even my jerseys, number 8 move.
Okay, number 8.
Number 8. So Felix Noche is gonna go to a big team. He's gonna go to a big team. And if I can't get him into a big team, I must take him overseas, because he played for the national teams in the junior levels, and he's doing very well. And he's just there to get game time, by the way. Yeah.
And he's a very good analyst here, Chiefs.
Go, if you love.
Analyst here, Chiefs, somewhere.
Yeah, hey, Umali.
Umali ukhona la.
He's a good guy. He's a very good guy. He's a very good guy. His story inspires me, and how he came to Kaizer Chiefs and where he comes from. I absolutely, adore his story. Good guy, great guy. And he's one of my guys. He's one of my friends. I see this play. What do you think?
No, Umali must also send us a DM. We need to have Umali here. We need to understand his business and his line of work as well.
Hey, this guy is studying very much. It brings so much joy to me to see Abu Mali, getting their badges and, working, and studying the most, and to see Abu Gulam Valodia studying, Abu Musi Matlapa studying, Abu Mario Masha, all these other young guys, because they're advancing their game and their knowledge of the game, and which means football is in good hands, because football must get younger. Not it's Africa, where you find the leadership is a person who's 8 years old. The guy can't even stand up, but he's standing for elections. The guy is in a wheelchair. No. I'm happy to see you have no idea. Every time I see the doom and gloom in football, but I see Abo Mali and I see Abo Tabi Kuzwa and Abo Fatuani, I see Abo Brian Mushulapana Super Sport, I see Abo, I get very happy because I see look, Abo Tawang Mazibu, Tato Matuka. Football is gonna be in good hands for a very long time. It might not be me. Luck says something very important. Luck says, let the best amongst us lead us. Let the best amongst us lead us. And hey Baba. Look, we're in good hands. We're in good hands.
No, we had CEO Yamazulu before, Ulunga Soke, and he said the same thing.
One of them.
Yeah,
one of them. And there's a guy called Kazamtaung Jr. He's not that boy Kazamtaung Jr. And he's also advancing his studies and he's doing well, and I see him doing great things for the club and also doing great things for South African football. So football is going to be in good hands, and we're not waiting for people to die. No, we will take space. We will take up space at the right time, We'll be patient because it's a game of patience.
And Usinesipho Mali deserves also to analyze Alakli, Zamaleki, Wydad. So you can't only analyze our team playing
Oh, you see, because this interview of yours, if I'm a movie, Quentin Tarantino, be drama. Man, I'm a bit slow to catch up other things, Where's my passport? I'll show my passport. I got the passport full. And then your passport, half. Okay, Sundowns. Before that, bring a passport. Bring a passport. I will say to Snesip Magahambe, I could man mascape, and Buzuguti, his first passport, his first stamp, best balloon.
Yeah. Snesip Magayo get Swaziland.
When Snesipo, you deserve good things, my brother. You deserve to be in Ethiopia for 8 hours connecting a flight.
Yeah. I Qatar, Abuye, I Limpopo for 10 hours drive, Pinda Abuye, I Cape Town, Abuye, I Opumula. I train at 1 a.m.
But trust me when I say this, Kaizer Chiefs will play in the Champions League. They will. Chairman Kaizer Daung. Before Sale Pants against the Chiefs, I know he wants that. He will see that, and Junior has got the rights. He's got he speaks to lags. He speaks to he's got the right mentality for it, and I know it will happen. It will be nice to see it now with the three teams, the three big teams, the three black-owned teams. The three powerhouses with the star. And Uchemen, Mr. Kazam Taung deserves it. No, if he's the Mandela of football, he deserves it.
No, Thulani, if I don't let go of you now, my wife will kill me. But Thulani, 7 years.
Yes, I want to boil one fast, yes.
Bashimile. Bafana bebola bashimile Thulani.
No, when I was on the Pauline, I want a family because the family is football. So and I can, hey, Nkosi yami. No, never to me now.
Uthanda intombi yomzulu.
Right phela ngizomsanga kithi ngale yabona eRichmond but manje ngimele azane inkabi zakhe ngoba ngalabe ngakhona
no mqale mbali
hey indaba manje abantu bayamqala ngala hayi ngizomzama
amzame sheni Thulani you owe us a part 2 a part 3 a part 4 a part 5 you owe us for life
but then siqedile ngendaba lezi ukuthi Sundowns uhambe kanjani uhambeleni
no we done
that must be discussed with the family in a family meeting okay
yeah, no we done
to assure people ukuthi no I will never campaign to come back to Sundowns you understand because I never campaigned to be hired by Sundowns you understand I was hired because of my abilities you see and I left nicely, beautifully. I got support from the board, from the president of the club. He's a wonderful man who is taking care of a lot of our legends in the game. And he had not given me an opportunity to work for his big brand, the Sundowns, you wouldn't know Vlad. You understand? You wouldn't know Vlad. You wouldn't know Thulani. And I appreciate the opportunity that I was given by the board at Sundowns to work for the brand. And I'll forever have this in my heart. I appreciate the love that I get from the supporters. It means that Singabantu, it means that we touched each other in the right ways. But labo who have touched in the wrong way, and those who touched, I'm sure but anyway, because if mncane ngizotheza nobhuti wakhe ngimshaye but ngibona unangayikena
hayi kuye ngathi into endala lena edlela isiZulu kuphela
cha uyabona ke angifuni ukuboshwa mina ngikushaya abantu abadala so ilalela
okay
ngizama vlog So, and
All right,
also just to
thank you.
clear something as well about Trot Mulot.
Mm.
Trot Mulot was a gentleman of the game. He's one of the most, people think Kut is a bad guy. I've seen people saying, "What, yeah, Trot and Alex." No, Trot. Trot is such a good guy. You understand? He's a very good guy. Loves the brand of Sundowns, and sometimes he gets caught in the crossfire for nothing. Next, he knows so much about Sundowns and football in South Africa. You need him to, one day on this platform. For Alex Shakwan, I love Alex Shakwan. I think charismatic, time elimnandi, and all that. There's no hard feelings. There's no, and Sundowns has nothing to do with Alex Shakwan. Whatever, if you did what you did, but it's me. If I look at, if there's something wrong with your life, look at you and say, it's me. Is it you or is it who? Don't blame anyone else. It's me. You understand? It's me. So it is me and my big mouth, or it is me and my my beliefs, and that's it. I change.
It is you. It is you and your ethic as well.
Exactly. If I believe what is blue is blue. So now, Alex is what is the right word? He's that person with Sundowns. And
we are giving Tyler Mason's this responsibility. I'll get to
Trapatoni.
Yes, and
it would be nice because you know what, we are football people. At least mankhala yini bento ball ngithe man nebangishaya ngaphansi uzanizokhuza kumele you understand, so if very small space akumelanga siloko silwa nabantu sixabana nabantu and all that, and standard, and I understood ukuthi when we started I got a little bit emotional. It's because I was tired in my studio as well, but but I'm a human being, and I wear my heart on my sleeves, and if I'm not here, I'm not happy. If I'm happy, I'm happy. You understand? And I hope we've sorted the stuff out, why Sundowns, why not? And those 1, 2, or 3 people among Sundowns, in the if they hate you, it's their hate. It's not my hate. I mean, I'm not using energy to hate anybody. I'm okay, and I've forgiven everyone.
Nangu Neo organizer ngisho neZoom.
Zoom. Zoom, no, Alex, Zoom. Alex, ngifakela ama-Zoom meeting. Hayi man, kanti ninjani kanje? No, Alex, mina ngimele ngihlale phansi naye, ngibe naye kaso. Ukhona uShuphi.
Yeah, Shuphi must be work.
Uzoyishaya uShuphi yabana noSiphiwe Ngqi.
We are giving you the order of importance, okay? It's Hlompo at the top, it's Trapatoni next, then Abopra Alex, then
Abopra Alex, and then
now Nabokele to Baeza.
No. Okay, let's say you'll do a Zoom meeting now. It's England, it's fine.
Perfect.
Yeah.
We love you. We appreciate you. We value you a lot. Like I told you in the beginning, Guti, you were the most requested person to sit in the live chat now because people love you. And because they want to see you and they want to hear your story. And Bonile now.
No, Bonile. And Angbonga futhi nje, I must say thank you very much for the admiration. It's the feeling is mutual. Yabona, ngithanda abangithandayo nabangangithandi ngiyabathanda. But I'm very happy. Hey, my brother is here, Anele too. So my younger brother is here.
Yeah. Okay.
So yeah, he's here. This one he doesn't even call me, but anyway. So it's another story. This one,
But it's a family thing.
So I need to discuss it. Ngizomfonela ngimnikeze into ekumele nginikeze wena, but and also a big shout out to the Vlog Boys. Big
The
shout to the
vlog boys.
vlog. Yo,
Yeah.
and people mustn't misunderstand me when I say the vlog boys are not paid supporters. They're not waiting to get a free ticket to Egypt. They pay for themselves. They're not getting to get a free ticket to be no. They do the stuff from their own pockets, you know. And yes, they're my boys because they do the right thing. You understand? I remember even the Sundowns at some stage I was accused of Abafana bakho vlog boys yini bakubhatala or what is, you know, people don't see the vision. And look at the vlog boys now, you know. And
20 seconds. 20 seconds, Thulani.
yeah,
20 seconds. Bye bye.
19, 18, 17, 10-time KSL champions. What up? Football is back. Win. Hey, football is back. Yes. But go stadiums. Go on TV. So we got on TV then. So we stool.
Bye bye. Bye bye. Bye bye.